I don't remember the last photo. I don't remember where it's at, so I don't know if we ever picked it up. I guess we can always just go try the door, too. Oh, hello. Oh, yes.
What are you hiding inside?
That's it. The door is open. Okay. Oh.
Am I gonna be alone forever?
Alright, I'm gonna grab a little bit of water while you guys enjoy this wonderful ad break. That was a rough one. Let's see if we can make it through the next section here. back. Official. Let's see. I'm gonna close. That'll be fine. It's not a blue door, so I should be okay. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. Okay, let's get my camera back. Welcome back. Alright, you guys. So, what I'm finding out by playing this game, that they did a very good job of representing this girl's plight and everything that went wrong. And so now we start to understand this vengeful spirit. Well, it's I would say this is more of a experience. Like, this should be probably a VR, but it plays like PT, and I think that the hatred for it on the internet stems from the fact that it isn't PT. But for all intents and purposes, it is definitely a Silent Hill experience. Yeah, I'm having a good time with it so far. And it's free, which is also, you know, same as PT. The concept is there. So, I think... Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And it's not whatever is on FX, right? That's the dramatized show. It's can't even say that word. Dramatized. I'm a little shaken up by the previous encounter. The point they're trying to make in this is that trauma does take a hold of you, and the exit should never be suicide. Dealing with trauma is difficult, and in order to
It won't open.
deal with it, you need to seek professional help. And I think maybe that's hitting a little too close to home for some. Now the door won't open because I haven't found what I'm supposed to find. There must be one more piece puzzle in this room. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. There it is. Okay. Popular artist found dead. So this is the story so far. That's the whole story. 18-year-old girl dies. Suicide is the cause of death, but
Wait.
obviously
She killed herself half a year ago? Then that means I've been here this whole time?
big reveal, big
What would it take
realization.
for you to forgive me? Please, end this. Just let me die.
Hey, Milva. Perfect timing. We're about to get to what I believe is the end of this. The sketchbook contains everything we need to know. And so, as we look through the drawings of our dead ex-best friend, we can piece together the reason for her death. Now, of course, blaming oneself is a common thing, but this guy seems to have something to do with it as well. So we're trying to piece together the pages of this puzzle. There she is.
Is this me? When did she draw this?
And here we go.
I want to show the hidden side of girls. Their impulses, their urges.
Oh.
What are you hiding inside? Don't worry about what people think. Be proud.
So, she did notice me.
Okay. That feels good. Being noticed, obviously, part of the reason we found ourselves in this situation. The fact that we thought maybe we weren't noticed. There it is. So, now that makes a little more sense. We'll open this door now and have another encounter.
I was so happy when my mom liked the first picture I drew.
And now we're starting to really put together the pieces.
I could have had a different life, too. I guess someone finally did love me. You actually noticed me. I never thought you would. Emily, what should I do?
Here we go. Get ready.
Anita, what's up?
I'm sorry, Emily. I'm such a piece of shit.
Oh, absolutely. I
had
agree.
No idea she'd do that.
PT was very
What are you
artsy as
talking
well,
about?
though.
Did something happen?
You know,
I thought I was invisible. That I didn't
and this is
matter.
the
No
suicide
matter what
spot
anyone
right
had
here.
said. I didn't listen.
Anita?
But
I
you
agree.
and Maya.
Melva,
you
I
did
absolutely
see
agree.
me.
This is essentially
I
the
should have figured that out sooner.
answer to all the
Wait.
Where are screaming
you right
about
now?
wanting a PT.
Thank
A real
you.
Silent
Emily.
Hills, but updated
You were always there
for a modern
me.
audience.
I'm going to go apologize to Maya now.
Yeah, true. But also that was Kojima's version of,
Listen to me, I just...
you know, a teaser for a game that he made called Death Stranding. That game got made. A lot of people don't realize, but Lisa is Sam's mother, and she was the star of PT. So it's just this whole thing. You know, Bridget Strand is not the mother. We find that out over the course of playing Death Stranding. Cliff being the father, you know, and the father from the news report in E.T., who shot the son and this whole situation. And anyway, this game has a very simple message about an Onryo and how to make right with the dead. In this case, we've done it. Obviously, we need to apologize to people that we've wronged, and the reason we wronged them was, you know, taking a very important letter away from this person who truly cared about this other person. And, you know, we found in the end that
connection with others,
that connection is very important.
It's running away.
It's not actually
The strongest animals
sign
don't
of weakness.
form groups. They act alone and need only themselves
This
to
is
survive.
nature
Those who
versus
betray
nurture.
themselves to fit into a group are pathetic. There's no beauty in living like that.
Humans are not animals. In
I
other
don't
words.
really mind. I just want someone to understand me. For those I love, and for those who love me, I want to keep
And I mean,
moving
once again,
forward
there you go. The 18-year-old
and
me.
never look back to 18-year-old me.
So that's it. We did it. And I think it's a beautiful story. You know, bullying really takes a toll on people, especially when it's done before the age of 18, and dealing with that trauma is important. Also, dealing with, you know, personal relationships is difficult for people that are in traumatic situations, home situations. But there is hope for those people. Death doesn't have to be the answer.
It's kind of scary leaving my hometown.
Now
but
this
I'll
is
be
the
fine.
full
I have my best friend.
reveal of everything that happened, so please enjoy. And we get a beautiful new Akira Yamaoka song. That's the answer we were always looking for. It seems as though they also were working on this well through since probably 2019. And kept it a secret, which is amazing. Well, I mean, it is Silent Hill. Like, in the most truest sense, Ito-san did the art for CB, which is Cherry Blossom Head, the monster of the game. Akira Yamaoka did the music, all the ambient music as well, and including this wonderful track. That makes it Silent Hill, you know, regardless of whether it ties to events of the other Silent Hill games. I feel like the other Silent Hill games weren't exactly related, with the exception of the fact that we're dealing with one central character named Alessa Gillespie. But Silent Hill 4 was also not exactly Alessa's story. This is also a story about a building that was erected in 2008. Let that be in the record. I think that's important to note. And, you know, a lot of people that worked on this game worked on some of the original Silent Hill experiences. So, anyway, it's a free game and it's an experience, and it's really a branding message of the fact that Silent Hill isn't dead and that there'll be much more to come for fans of Silent Hill. And Konami, obviously, you know, they're not exactly in favor with a lot of fans because of the fact that they waited so long to release anything. But yeah, you hear the little Silent Hill 2 riff in there. Na, 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 na. I mean, that's Yamaoka at his finest. I think they did a great job for what it is. Also, it's atmospherically very similar to the Silent Hill 2 apartments, and a mix of Silent Hill 3 with the fact that it stars a female lead. It just so happens, though, that that lead has nothing to do with Alessa Gillespie, so maybe that's part of the reason. But it may not be the last we hear of Maya and these other two girls. So that's where I think it truly does fill the PT void. It is a teaser. You know, it's a setup for something that could be much bigger. And I think that's really the key. Oh man. Surprised to see its Unreal Engine though. Especially when Konami still owns the rights to Fox Engine. They could have done it in Fox Engine. Really, it doesn't even matter what engine they use. The presentation plays like Resident Evil 7 or PT or any of those types of experiences that we've seen in the past. And that right there is basically the whole game. That photo is everything. Yeah, I mean, I think if they write an apology letter, this is the apology letter, so it sort of makes it okay, but some fans are scorned for all eternity, and those fans have Death Stranding, so who cares? I mean, really, that's the way I see it, is if you don't like Silent Hill anymore because they left and didn't create it, that game was created. PT became Death Stranding. There's going to be a sequel to that. Kojima's deeply involved in that project. So is, Nicholas Refn and Guillermo del Toro, the people that really were involved in the PT project, which would have become Silent Hills. So they branched, and I think choosing sides in the video game industry is a losing battle. You know, just play stuff that you enjoy. If you enjoy these things, then play them. And if you don't enjoy them, then you don't have to play them. I guess that's really the thing. We did make it all the way through there. It's just kind of the thing. Like this was a complete experience, start to finish. It tells a story. The story is about teenage girls committing suicide due to childhood trauma, whether it be bullying or being locked in a closet or, bad home living. It affected them, and they were basically forced to go to Silent Hill to deal with that trauma, and two of them took their own lives. That's what we found out. But one thing that was nice is that one of these ghosts was able to apologize to the person who was left in the earthly realm. And that's where, there's some solace in it. So that's really good. See, now it's 3 chapters. These are essentially 3 loops, and yeah, I thought it was great. But it is creeping up on midnight right now. I'd like to kind of yeah, exactly, different, right? I think in general it's hard to come back from 15 years of being away. A lot of people didn't like the movies because they're not true to the game, but really it's because it's not Silent Hill 2 exact, or it's not Silent Hill 3 exact. And this is another thing that gets me, is that some people are fans of Silent Hill 2, and some of those people aren't fans of Silent Hill 3. Some people are only fans of Silent Hill 1. They're not fans of 3 or 2. Some people are fans of all 3, but then have their gripes about certain elements of, 1, 2, and 3. And some people just never played any of them and are just angry on the internet that PT never got made into a game. But to those people, I say it did get made into a game. It just maybe didn't play the same way that you wanted it to play because it didn't play like PT. Death Stranding is third person. PT is first person. It's still the same. BB is the little baby that's crying in the background. Lou is really the main focal point of that story, and Lou is talked about in PT. So Lisa is the mother, and she's on the table, and Cliff talks to her and ends up ending her life, and there's a lot of things that happen in that game that really tie together the story that was brought up in PT, and I think people don't see that because they don't want to see that. And Kojima, he's going to take that story and run with it. So Silent Hill 2 is its own game. Silent Hill 1 and 3 are definitely connected. I think that this experience is its own game, but it's a launching off point for Konami where they can decide to do more with these characters if they want to. But they might not, and that might be okay too. Let's see. Anything past 4 was lower quality. Yeah, I mean, Homecoming wasn't received well, and I can say a lot of the reason for that is that it was, American developed. Yeah, that's a tough thing. Like, a Japanese story should be told by the Japanese creators. It's very hard. Things get lost in translation. This is truly a Japanese story. It's about an Onryo. And I think a lot of that hits home with Silent Hill fans. I think a lot of people that I've seen that have played this that are in Japan understand the story enough and respect it. And I think a lot of people that are playing it in America are like, this isn't what I expected, and it's not a survival horror game and all this, but like, it doesn't have to. This experience is by the people that worked on Silent Hill. And yes, it is definitely not a pachinko machine or a slot machine, which Konami made 2 slot machines as well that are called Silent Hill The Return. And I thought that was funny because a lot of people don't even know that those exist. But those were in Vegas casinos for a very long time and starred the cast of Silent Hill 3, so it was mostly Silent Hill 3, the slot machine. And it's not a very great experience either, but it has Akira Yamaoka's music. I guess I should ask this. Putting Akira Yamaoka's music doesn't necessarily make it Silent Hill. With the example of the films. The films all have his music from either Silent Hill 2 or Silent Hill 3. But it's not Silent Hill 2 or 3, so, there's no new music created for those movies. I think that's really a detriment. This experience had new music that was developed specifically for this game, with the feelings and the emotions of this game being the forefront of the song. That's great. I think that is an evolution of Silent Hill, and I think that there's much more to come from these guys. And Silent Hill 2, the remake, take it or leave it, it will still be a James storyline, and it will still be following the events of Silent Hill 2. Will it play like Silent Hill 2? No. Silent Hill 2 is like a 20-year-old game. It can't play the exact same way. It'll be similar in nature, and we'll still have the same talking points. I think that fans will scrutinize it if the story doesn't follow the exact, progression that Silent Hill 2 did, and maybe even have multiple endings, but I don't expect them to follow it to a T, and I think that it will probably get flamed a little bit. But I think there will be stuff in there for Silent Hill fans to enjoy, and for this experience, being someone who's ingested every Silent Hill thing, I felt like this was definitely a great way to go about bringing back fans. Essentially, what this is for is getting a branding message out there that Silent Hill still exists, that they haven't gone anywhere, and that they're returning. You know, granted, they have gone many places and places where fans didn't really want them to go, and this does feel more updated and modern, and maybe fans don't want that. Definitely Silent Hill 1 fans don't want that, but I think anyone who played Homecoming would tell you this is better than that. And Ascension, you know, is trying to be more like Zero, or the photo game Project Zero, whatever. So yeah, I don't know how I feel necessarily about Ascension, but I definitely would rate, if I had to rate this out of 5 out of 5, absolutely. Like, I'll give it full marks for them taking into account how the fans feel and giving them a monster that seems to be well thought out. You know, I mean, I think that, you know, they also have a few lines in the game that, why are you punishing me? Well, there's a James thing. And who would do something like this? There's a Harry thing. There's something in this game for fans of every Silent Hill, and I think that's really the key, and the moment where they're telling you, hey, we see you, we thought of you, we want to bring you back, we're sorry, here's our short message to say we're sorry. And what's the whole point, the whole purpose of the game is that the lead needs to apologize to the person that they left behind. We are that person. So that's really what it is. I was sort of hoping that maybe if I sit on this screen long enough, it would actually play some sort of a tracked mode or whatever, but I guess it's not going to do that.